understand that the only thing that works on earth, even when you are dead, is your brain. That's why people can die, come back to life and narrate things that they saw. That means there was an exact information or programming that your brain is carrying, which continues to play a few time after that you are gone. So that thing becomes your reality for a temporal moment.
Ndị ba ekenekwa m unu ọzọ na o nwere video mma achọ ka unu nene biko ọ bụrụ na ị nwere sound mind enough ịnene na video anụnwa biko maka na onwe ihe bụ mmadụ pụta na-akụ ili mmadụ na-akụ ili na-akọ ihe na onwe ihe bụ na ihe that defines all knowledge and understanding. Even ndị ọcha bụ science mana there is a being not behind the scene anyị na-afụ anya nọ n'ụwa because ha akpaghalịa n'ụwa niile akpaghalịa the whole galaxies enwe n'ụwa wee na-achọpụtasị na we are not alone. They may admit na we are not alone. O nwechara ihe ndị ọcha fụcha ha emechara research wee fụ na n'ihe nwere afa na ha amaghị ha ya akpa wee kpọọ ya unidentified flying object UFO. Maka na mmadụ na-abịa na-akọ ihe a this boy na-akọ si na ịmara onye ke gị bụ mma gị na ama amaghị m ebe trend a si bido. If you begin to doubt the potential of God ebe ị nọ maka na ndị mgbe gboo bidoro ihe anụnwa mgbe gboo acknowledge the fact na Chukwu nọ kere n'igwe ka ụwa mana nke pụtazi na asị akwakwu n'ofu ebe ha anụnwa na-asị going back to root ọ bụrụ ụdị ndị anụnwa ka unu ya eso dibịa gwọchara ọgwụ gwọọ ọgwụ niile ọ na-ekwe wee kwekọtakwa nna Chukwu okike abịa ma ya eme ka ihe wee lụọ ọrụ okike abịa ma gịnị ka otu bi na Chukwu okike abịa ma okike bụ gịnị Chukwu kelee n'igwe kee ụwa onye bi n'eluigwe nke atọ ọgọdị ya na-akpụ n'ala nna o nwere ihe ndị mmadụ ajọ m ịga through meaning of this boy maka na ọ bụ na this boy ghọta where the Bible say na and there was darkness upon the earth na n'eluigwe tili mkpu wee sị woe upon the habitant of the earth maka na ekwensu ahụ caused that there was war in heaven now is being thrown to the earth. What is the mystery behind the mystery of Bermuda Triangle? So here you take channel why just no hapụ ụwa ka Chukwu si wee kee ya mgbe Job bawalu Chukwu mba o wee sị ya Job where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? O juju biji we manu wa a foundation. Ndị ọcha edere ligide ana nwadụ n'ime wee chọpụtasị na mmiri dị na ana anụnwa na mmiri dị na ana anụnwa ka nke dị n'elu ana na mmiri dị na ana which means na word is suspended on something. That means na ihe ahụ Chukwu nna na-akọwasị na this word nwe foundation. He was actually right. Go and read your Bible. Bible says there was war in heaven. Ogoda ekwensu na ndị otu ya was thrown down upon this earth that made God to cry out, woe upon the inhabitants of the earth. Yawata, upon the inhabitants of the earth, woe. So mgbe ekwensu na chiatazi mgbe ekwensu damatana and there was or say end beginning, which means there is a beginning before the beginning. Onwegi hemen tupu at the beginning we bido say and darkness. So mgbe the one in ebu na mmili ichimina enu na mmili everywhere. We say let there be light. Okuwebe also okay let the water separate from the air. So enigwe gbago nke agbadata. In a doubt the possibility of God. Mana ị na-agba n'ime olukpulu n'igwe a ma ịba plane gbagolo ya n'ezi still ịma mfu ebe ọ kwụsị. I don't know why this people na-akpa ụdị agwa. Mana biko achọrọ m ka ịnene mgbe na-asị biko if you don't have understanding enough gbalụ vidio anụ ọsọ enekene ya ka ịghọta ihe dị guy na-ekwu maka na ịma nghọta ya maka ụfọdụ ya aghọta mana ụfọdụ ama nghọta. That's just it. One
of the basic questions that originated or orchestrated this thing called religion is where man begins to ask himself two questions. The first is, what created me? How do I come into existence? And the second question is, where do I go to after death? These two questions is what bettered the existence of every religion on this earth. Man trying to answer questions beyond his reasoning ability. And I am here this morning to prove out to you exact solution of how you come, one, how you are created, and two, where you go afterwards, death. The first point where man is asking himself, how am I created, is the first place where man is downgrading the potential of himself. Man, your creator is what? Your father and your mother. Your father went and what? Have sex with your mother and poured in sperm into the womb of your mother. And your womb of your mother is like a garden which your father was planted into. And your formation started to exist that place. Without that sperm, you won't exist. So there is no spiritual force anywhere that's creating or bettering your existence. In fact, the beauty of the creation is that you are going to resemble the person whose sperm that you are formed from. So you are not going to resemble any person outside the formation of that sperm. So the agreement, the technology of agreement between your father and your mother to have sex bettered your existence. And even when you begin to form inside your mother's womb, your mother has power of will and choice at any point to decide to flush you away through abortion. So you actually came into existence because your father and your mother agreed to nurture you, carry you for 9 good months and give birth to you. So your creator is your father and your what? Your mother. Understand this thing, that there is a child who is flushed away through abortion today. The person that sabotaged the existence of that child is the mother, because the mother refused to create that which will represent her. A mother can decide not to create any child and she will not have a baby at all. Your father can decide not to create you and he will use condom or he will pour it off. So for your father to pour into your mother's this thing is why you are what? Conceived. Understand this perfectly, that there is no supernatural force anywhere that is creating you. As for the first man that existed, no one on earth can trace how the first man on earth was created. It is above the knowledge of men and science. Understand this well. If you believe that man or the earth cannot exist without creation, that means you believe that man cannot exist without something creating it. The question now is that you understand that therefore God created man. The question now is, what created God? Because if you believe that man or earth cannot exist without something creating it, that means God cannot actually exist without something creating it. Or did anything just appear from nowhere and become God? No, sir. If you believe that God can exist without something creating it, understand perfectly that man can exist without something creating it, because that means something can exist without human being interpretation or understanding. Stop trying to answer questions beyond your power and your frequency, and on account of that, creating theories that will cage you for life. So I'm trying to buttress now that your creation on this earth started with your fathers and your what? Your mother. Our forefathers understood this principle. That's why they are giving reverence, respect, and worship to their what? To their ancestors. The Igbos understand that their fathers and their mothers are the people that bettered their existence. That's why they are respecting their ancestors. Ancestors are your parents who is no longer alive. The God that our African people understood to be Chukwu Okike Obiama is not the God that the Europeans brought to us. Our people did not understand God as a being that standing one place, who have a son without a wife. Somebody gave birth to a son without a wife, and he's 3 in 1. This is a very, very confusing part of life. Somebody sitting above and watching some atrocities happening. Israel bombing Gaza without intervention. Heights of his what? Irresponsibility. Igbos understood God to be 4 things: Eke, which is sun; Ore, which is water; the air; and the 4th one. So now, the concept of God as a being sitting somewhere who sponsors creation of earth is never true. Now the second question is, where did a man go to after death? This is one of the highest one that religion used to manipulate the mindset of people. So each religion have different theories of how they think that a man will go. I will journey you with examples now. I will journey you with an example. We have all watched how a Christian or one Christian may have fainted and came back to life. If you ask the Christian, what's your experience when you are dead? The Christian is likely to tell you that when I was outside this realm, I saw heaven, I saw hell. They showed me David in heaven, and they showed me Michael Jackson in hellfire. This is the programming of his mind when he was alive, and as he died or he fainted, that programming begin to play on what? On his head. If a Muslim should faint here now, I'm giving you, go to YouTube, browse about people that have fainted in life and came back to existence. If a Muslim fainted and a Muslim come back to life, a Muslim will tell you how they showed him 7 virgins. Oh, break go and he has broken the tree. They now told him that your time is not yet complete. Go back to the world. This is what his mindset programming when he was what? Alive. If on your Omenala, if I have seen somebody in my village Uboka here who fainted, came back to life again. When he will be letting it that he saw his ancestors. This is his what? His own programming of his what? His mindset. People do not understand that the only thing that works on earth, even when you are dead, is your brain. That's why people can die, come back to life and narrate things that they saw. That means there was an exact information or programming that your brain is carrying, which continues to play a few time after that you are gone. So that thing becomes your reality for a temporal what? Moment. But the cycle of life does not leave room for somebody who died to go anywhere or send anywhere. No, people don't die. Let me explain to you. We don't die. We are spirits. The only thing that we are clothed in a body or in a flesh. And for a spirit to live in a body, there's a definite level of energy the body has to carry to be able to host the spirit. So when the body becomes weak, what happens is that the body dies. The spirit of the man don't die. That's why a man dies and the spirit begins to walk around asking for you to give me a befitting burial. What the spirit is asking is, bury me so that I can find a new body and come back again to life. So the concept of somebody dying and going anywhere is not existing. That's what our ancestors teach us, that there's what is called mystery of reincarnation. I will join you here a little bit, but then I will do another video talking about reincarnation. Our ancestors have during that period, one of the sicknesses that our ancestors does not have solution to is what is called sickle cell. So the nickname sickle cell or banje, a situation whereby somebody who have XX married XX. So if they give birth, the child becomes somebody who is AS marrying AX. So they always give birth to what? XX. Understand? They nickname it Obanje. So the child will die. And sometimes if this happens repeatedly, they will now cut one of the fingers of the child and mutilating the child so that they will cause the child pain before burying the child. And the child comes back alive and you will see one of the fingers of that child cut off. So people don't die. Understand? That's to tell that people actually reincarnate afterwards, after death. So now, if this cycle of giving AS continue happen and all of a sudden, maybe by virtue of luck, the man bring now A, the lady bring X, they now born another AS, the child will start existing. They will now think that it is because they mutilated the child that makes the Obanje to go. No, sir. No, sir. The thing that they called Obanje that time is this sickle cell something. So when the science come and give it a proven fact, we stop hearing about what? Obanje. I will join you with proof and evidence. We are spirits. A man is a spirit. A man is a body. And a man is a soul. So the law of life explains that for an activity to happen on this earth, it must be authorized by a body. That's why spirits cannot function here unless it enters through what? A body. So now, that's why man is being clothed what? With a body. So we are what? Spirits inside the body. The body is being carrying the spirit. So what actually dies if you have an accident now, hits your head or anything, or becomes weak? What is dying is your flesh. What is being buried is your body. Understand? Understand this now. So man don't die. Men have lived for ages. Men have lived for ages. You don't die. The spirit of a man don't die to go anywhere. It is the flesh that becomes weak to carry you again. The flesh lost the requisite horizon of energy to host you. So when the flesh is buried, the spirit finds another body inside that loins that we will enter into and start functioning again. Have you not had children that we wake you up one day and say, Mommy, do you know that I'm your grandfather? Mommy, do you know that I'm your father? Oh my God, I'm not going to be your father. How? Have you people are trying to put this thing under some this thing Christianity religion. Look at my hand, you will see some mark here. This is what somebody carried in my own part of my family. And so when I begin to grow, I found out that things that people like are not what I like. People like going to church. I don't like going to church. People like all this one man, one wife something. I like polygamy. People, in fact, I come to understand that my own things that give me, people have appetite for cars, iPhone, luxuries. I have appetite for helping people, enlightening people. So I found out that I wasn't pursuing the thing my age mate is pursuing. The loins or the veins that flows in our blood sponsors our activities on earth. That's why some people can look at you and begin to prophesy. People can look at you and see what will happen tomorrow. These are the gifts that they embedded to them from the loins that they were flowing from. So, but Christians has tried all their possible best to dwindle or to close down this part of the life resistance until man comes to point of exploring these gifts that God has given Africans, that people actually have power to gather herbs based on the ability of the ancestors in the former world, who are what medicine people, so they can start early in times to gather herbs and use it for prosperity of men. But our own people are trying all their possible best to quench this energy and level of life until an African man comes to understand that both men don't die, men only evolve. Men don't die, men evolve, because man is a spirit. What dies is your body. So when your body dies, the spirit finds another body and enters and comes back to existence. We don't go anywhere if we die. There's nothing like heaven and hell. Stop being enslaved under the cage of illusion, making you to think, putting you under the fear of life. Which purpose of it, which is agenda is what? Extracting your what? Your offering and your money, making you to live in a conformed way. How did the white man came and start telling you where you will go to after death? Give onye Igbo, onye Nnukwu Mkpọ, ịnwụọ kịta mmụọ gị sị gị na gị na onye Europe, onye Ethiopia, onye Italy, na-enye nwere gị visa mgbe ị nọ na mgbe dị ndụ, gị na ga-eme itizi n'eluigwe. Chịkọta n'otu nọ n'iwe na-ewe m. I don't want to speak too much.
Biko, kisi na-enechakwa ya ka nso eweta otidometi ewepụrụ m ewepụ. Nwesikwa ihe ọbụla ịchọrọ ikwu maka vidiyo anụnwa. Tinye kọmentị gị na kọment section maka na vidiyo anụnwa chọm. Let's chat, let's talk. Let's chat, let's talk. Because mmadụ ama nọ n'ime ọchịchị na-asị nwanne nwoke nọ n'afọ ụzọ. Mana ghọta ya unu na-aba ama mbata na room dị ọchịchị, ị na-eboost nwanne gị na nka ga-afụ ụzọ. While you guys are still in that darkness. But when one has light, ịma na nwanne nwoke ya afụ ụzọ. O nwere some things anyị na-akpọ agwamanya. Agwamanya that prompted Eve eat the forbidden fruit in the garden. Ọ bụrụ na ọ ya anwụ, mana Chukwu na si anọ, mana ekwensu bịa mee ya ọwa anya si ana, he will not die. But na ya ama ihe dị ka Chukwu. So what has the wepụta na okay, ụmụ gị amamihe a, but ọ dị limited. Ịma nke onye ka gị, ịma nke onye kele gị. Because Ekwensu was the first to occupy garden. On in the Bible say chef go verse or the man, if you go and Google or say thou art in garden of the Lord. There you are in Eden, the garden of the Lord. Nyotago. Nadam and Eve bata garden of Eden. Chukuna dosa hade Ekwensu ebuguzo bagalia. Makana ogwa Job say after walking through and flow the earth, which means onwe hebo na babo. Everywhere around the earth, I have not seen a man like Job, which means go Job no. So Satan testify. No maka ogige gbal Job me na mu biko wepu kene. Biko wepu to kene ka nwa Job. So abia no dey ha. Go and read your Bible. According that, they can easily defeat you with, you can easily confuse and scatter your brain with long grammars. Ogonogo Igbo na sound bakarakbum. Kode no mbozo.